Hello friends, in this video we will see the input and output in C programming. So to do input we use scanf. So we have declared two variables here, x and y. If we want to take input values from the keyboard, we use scanf statement. So with scanf followed by a bracket, we have to use double quote, that is double inverted comma, and we have to use %d for int. Whenever we are taking input for an integer variable, we have to use %d. So whenever we are taking input for one more int, you have to use one more %d. If you take one more variable input value for one more variable, then you have to use the third %d. Here you can say double inverted comma, %d, 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 and double inverted comma if you are using three variables. So currently we have two variables, so we use %d and %d. So this first %d is for x and the second %d is for y. So whenever we want to take input from the keyboard, we have to use ampersand with the variable. So ampersand, the meaning of ampersand will be explained when we see the pointers chapter. So you just have to use ampersand x to take value to the input x from the keyboard. If you want to take value from the keyboard to the y, you have to use ampersand y. So the first one is for x and the second % is for y. This way we can take input for integer values. So to take input for float values, we have declared two variables x and y as float. So if we want to take float, we have to use %f and %f, and this the first one is for x and the second one is for y. So you have to use ampersand. So ampersand is compulsory. So whenever you want to take an input as float, you have to use %f. So if we declare a character m and n, we have two variable m and n of type character. If we want to take input from the keyboard, we have to use %c. The %c, first one is for the m and second one is for the n. So ampersand is compulsory. So to use to take input keyboard from the keyboard, we have to use c for the character, f for the float, and d for the integer. So to do output, so for output we use printf statement. So printf statement, we have a double inverted comma here. Inside we can type anything we want. This doesn't matter, even if you type your name, it prints, so it will not give you an error. You can say x value is or x is equal to so then you have to say %d if you want to print any value of a variable. So and say /n is the escape character. So the cursor goes to the next line after printing x value is and the value of x here. You can see whenever I say x here, it prints value of x. If I say y here, it prints the value of y here. So it says y value is here. It prints the value. It will not print %d will not be printed. You can see instead it prints the value of. So if you want both of the x and y value to be printed using same statement, you can use x value is %d /n, y value is %d. So if you say like this, so first %d in the place of first %d you get x value, in the place of second %d you get y value. So this way we can print integer. So similarly, if you want float, you can use %f. Okay, it says x value is and prints the value. It will not print the %f symbol. It prints the value of whatever variable you have given here. If it's x, it prints x. If it's y, it prints y. So if you want both of them in same statement, use this. /n will take the sentence y value is to the next line. If you don't put a /n, it says x value is some value and then y value is some value. So it will be one line. If you want this x value is some value and it goes to next line and then prints y value is the value of value of y. So this way we can use output. If you want to put character output, you can use %c. So we'll see some programs. We'll code some programs So we have to use this header always. So we'll see what is this exactly in preprocessor directives. So now I'll declare a variable int x, comma, y. So if I want to take input now, I have to say, before that I would write a friendly statement to the user. I'll say printf, so this is for output. So we have to use double quotes, that's double inverted comma. We have to say enter value for x and y. You can see it will print like this. I'll show you without the slash here now. So if I say semicolon, so first we will test this. We'll say alt F9. So give us some error. So what's the error? Okay, we have not completed the main. So I'll say alt F9. So it will give us a warning because we have not used x and y. It says x is never used, y is never used. No problem. So we'll do control F9. So it says enter value for x and y. See, whenever it says you can enter value, but there is no statement which will take the values you enter here. So what we have to do is we have to use a scanf statement which will take input from the keyboard. So we are taking the value of integer, so we say %d, and I want to take y also. I'll say %d once again, and then I have to say a comma. Comma is very important, and we have to say ampersand x, comma, ampersand y. So now if we do alt F9, you can see compiles. We'll say control F9. It says enter value of x and y. So now you can see the cursor is in the same line. So we don't want the cursor in the same line. We want the cursor in a next line. So what we do, we use a /n here. We say alt F9 and control F9. You can now the cursor will be in the second line. So this way the cursor goes to second line. You can enter the value 5 and 8. So you can use space 5 space 8. So 5 will go to x and 8 will go to y. So nothing happens after I press enter because we are not utilizing those values. We are just taking the values. I'll do control F9 again. So this time I can say 5, enter 8, enter. So it stops here. So you can give this way. You can give the inputs 5 space 8, enter, or 5 enter 8 enter. So I can also give like this. I'll say control F9. So I'll say 5 tab 8 and I press enter. Okay, I did not press tab. Enter. You can also separate it by tabs. Okay, now we did not use those values. We can use those values to print. I'll say print f you have entered x is equal to %d. So for integer we have to use %d and y equal to %d. I'll put semicolon. Semicolon is very important. You have to end all the statements using semicolon. So we say you have entered x is equal to %d, y is equal to %d. Then we have to say comma. We have to say x, comma, y. So this x value will be printed here and y value will be printed in the place of here. So this is the actual output, only is this much. But in the place of %d, we get x value here, and in the place of this percentage D we get Y value. So this is not the output. So the output actually is from here to here. So, sorry, from here to here. So X, this the percentage D, first one prints. So we'll see how the program goes. I will say Alt F9 and I'll say Control F9. I'll say 5 for X and 7 for Y. I'll press enter. It says you have entered 5 for X, you have entered X is equal to 5 and Y is equal to 7. So you can see if I change something like this here, I say here Y and I do Alt F9, Control F9. So if I enter 6, 9, you can see it prints only 9. X is equal to 9, Y is equal to 9. So why is this? Because we are telling in this place print Y, in this place again print Y. So first percentage D print Y. For second percentage D also we are printing Y. So this depends on what values you provide here. So if you have 2 percentage D, you have to give 2 values. If you have 3 percentage D, you have to 3 values. And the order also, order of percentage D's will depend on the order what you write here. So if you say this one as Y and this one as X, you say Alt F9 and you say Control F9. So if you say 5 for X and 7 for Y, so it puts in a reverse way, you can see. So this sentence has nothing to do with the percentage D or anything. This directly prints the statement. Only in place of percentage D, the first value, for first percentage D, the first variable value, the second percentage D, second variable value printed. So you should be careful and write correct values. So this way we can take input and output for integer. If you want to take for float, you can say float. So I'm just changing the string type. I'll say Alt F9 and Control F9. So I'll say 4.88, 8.44. So I've given 4.88 for X and 8.44 for Y. You can see it shows 4.880. So it will be saved in this format. So 1, 2, 3, 6 decimal places will be by default it will apply. So if there are we have entered only 2 decimal places, it automatically appends zeros to make it 6 decimal places. So this way we can take input of integer, float. You can also take for character. If I'll make this character variable, I'll say C everywhere wherever there is F. I'll say Alt F9 and I'll do Control F9. This time I'll type 8 and I'll type star. So it says you have entered 8 is also considered as a character. So and again star. So it's not printing star. We'll see Alt Control F9 again. Okay, so when we press and enter, it's considering that enter character into this one. So it's taking that enter character here. So whenever we deal with character, we should be very careful. So we'll do Alt F9, Control F9, $. See now if you don't give a space, so it takes the first character as Y and second character as, or Control F9, you can say dollar, percentage $. You can see. So whenever we have a space in between, space is also a character, so it will take space inside Y. So you should be very careful. So this way we can take input for float, int and character. So in this video we learnt about input and output statements. So we'll learn more in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching this video.